we have Kimberly Grandy. Kimberly is a Philadelphia native and current MFA student at Rosemont College. She has been previously published in Philadelphia Business Journal, Dickinson Review, and Albany Review. Her interests in writing include genre fiction, fiction about love and relationships, poetry, and nonfiction. Kimberly recently launched a blog entitled Queen Kimberly the Writer, which includes the personal musings on dope topics. Her future goals include novel writing and becoming a creative writing professor. She currently teaches second grade and lives with her 3 cats, Sassy, Soda, and Sucks.
I think my homeboy Shakespeare got it all wrong, man. Names are just as important as arms, faces, and identity. And what we choose to answer to is just as important as who we allow to speak those words. Our names are an extension of ourselves. We create status, display relationships, and set the tone for how we will be treated when we answer to a name. I started to question all of these factors recently when a professor called me Kim, not Kimberly. I started a new class last month and we all had to go around and introduce ourselves. I kept it simple. My name is Kimberly. This is my 2nd semester as an MFA grad student, and I want to be a writer, to write genre fiction like vampires and werewolves, but I also write regular fiction stuff. Later, when the professor said my name, she called me Kim. In my head, I was like, did she just not hear me say my name is Kimberly? I felt myself do a slow blink real hard. My inside voice was sternly yelling, say something, say something. But the professor kept talking and the moment passed. I was a minute too late and I knew if I said something, it was going to come out with smoke and fire. And it wasn't that serious. But then again, it was. I don't like it when people assume I want to be called Kim. This is not to say it does not happen in my personal life, but in professional, educational, and introductory settings, I like to use my full government. Please and thank you very much. I'm not the only person that suffers from this fate because I'm certain that there are some Matthews, Timothys, Jennifers, Michaels, Davids, Josephs, Danielles, Jessicas, Sandras, Deborahs, etc. that feel the same way. My name is Kimberly, so please use the B-E-R-L-Y. Those extra letters leave just enough space for me to get to know you. This is the name my mom gave me, the one I call myself in my own damn head. The name I use on official documents and when I introduce myself to strangers. So if I say my name is Kimberly, call me Kimberly. Okay. I don't know if this is narcissistic, egotistical, or just effing right, but I'm even questioning why I feel so strongly about something that I know will change if I develop a personal relationship with the person. Do I sound crazy yet, or did you figure that out in the first paragraph? Are you even still reading this? Lies back and therapist chase with hands folded behind head, legs crossed at the ankle. I think it started in 2nd grade when there were 3 Kimberlys in my classroom. I can even still remember the other 2 last names of the girls because sometimes that was the only distinction as Kim was yelled across the cafeteria and schoolyard. After that year, I felt like Highlander and thought there could only be one Kim at a time in one place. Cue lightning crashing down on a mountaintop, illuminating my silhouette as I raised a sword to the heavens. Kim was thrown around the room left and right, and all I wanted was to be called Kimberly, and for someone to actually be talking to me. Sigh. But it does not stop there. People have found other ways to screw around with my name. Childhood trauma aside, the name worse than Kim is Kimmy. I've always been iffy about Kimmy. I detest when people I don't know, or don't know like that, drop those 2 syllables. Uttered from the wrong lips, I activate death stare mode. Yet, it can sound so mellifluous and endearing when my mom, my cousin Wayne, or a close friend uses it. It literally makes my heart melt. But let a stranger or an acquaintance try it and that melted heart turns to molten lava and laser beams. Even writing this, I'm getting upset. I think I might need help. But people, let me tell you how crazy I am. I gave myself a nickname and I don't even want people to use it. Let me explain. I had an identity crisis in high school in which I tried to make the nickname Kimbo stick. It was my grandmother's nickname for me. For some odd reason, my freshman year of high school, I started writing it on all my notebooks, and I told my friends to call me Kimbo. When I went on summer trips camping and volunteering, I told all the new white kids I met to call me Kimbo. Oh, it did not stop there. My freshman year of college, I got a shirt with Kimbo embellished on the front, and I proudly promoted the name around campus. Hell, even my AOL Messenger, stating myself, was Sci-Fi Kimbo. And then one day after college, I didn't like hearing that name anymore, so it became like Kimmy to me. Only the people closest to me can use the name. Sometimes I forget that I shared that name with the world, and someone from high school or college will use Kimbo, and it's like a jolt. My evil eye twitches in equal parts suspicion and hatred as I wonder how the hell do they know, and how do I get them to stop, spelled S-T-A-H-B. That name is now reserved for sorors, my cousin Wayne again, and my grandmom, yo, so stop it. But check it. I'm not the only Kimberly that feels this way about nicknames and abbreviations. I meet other Kimberlys and connect over the way people slice our names at first meetings. For instance, I walked into a pet store 2 summers ago and met this woman named Kimberly. I was over my Highlander phase and did my usual spiel about how that was the most beautiful name in the world. She looked confused, and then I revealed that it was my name too. An audible gasp escaped her lips, and we just smiled at each other. "You introduced yourself as Kimberly?" she asked. "Yes," I exclaimed. "I'm too nervous to do it," she went on. We stood in the store and shared our war stories about saying our names and people instantly regurgitating Kim back at us. I told her to stand her ground, and she promised me that she would the next time she introduced herself. We then held hands and skipped off into the sunset under a rainbow that read Kimberly, not Kim. Psych. But for real, back to the real issue here. Why did I freeze the other night when insisting my name is Kimberly has been my thing for several years now? I have absolutely no idea, but it bothered me enough to write about it. Luckily, I got another shot later that week. Thursday night came and I started my second class. Of course, we had to introduce ourselves. My name is Kimberly. My goal for this class is to work on a compilation of short stories I have had for a while. I typically write genre fiction, but I eventually see myself writing regular fiction. I'm just a little anal in my head, and I need to get them out first. It was a little more verbose, but I was confident in what I stated. The professor laughed at my anal comment, but then he did something I appreciated so much. "So you prefer Kimberly?" he asked. Without missing a beat, I replied, "Please." Oh my God. It was short and sweet. There was no heart blinking, no heart pounding or inner dialogue. I said my name, and he confirmed that this was indeed what I wanted to be called. So again, Mr. Shakespeare, you had it all wrong, man. Calling someone something other than their name stinks. You can't call me by any other name, especially if I don't accept that name or rescinded my acceptance of that name. My name is just as important to me as any other physical feature that defines me as a person. So put some respect on my name and call me Kimberly.